First off, Mr. Bomer, congratulations on your new film, and thank you for taking a little bit of your time to talk to me. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Francisco. I appreciate your time.
I gotta be honest. Before watching the trailer and the posters and stuff for the film, I didn't read or know anything about boys in the band. So, uh, besides being entertained, for people like me who don't know much about the original material, what do you want this type of audience to take from the film? What do you want the casual audience to take from the film?
Well, Francisco, I didn't know anything about this piece when I was asked to be a part of it either. Ryan Murphy called me and said, we're going to do a reading of this play. And I thought, why do I not know about this? I'd heard about the Friedkin film, but I really came to the piece with completely fresh eyes. I didn't have any hangups about the material or anything. And I was shocked. And when we did our first read through at how fresh it felt for being a play that was 50 years old, I thought they must have updated the text or something. But Mark really wrote something that still resonates today. I think it's a play. The more I learned about 1968 and everything that was going on at the time, this takes place a couple of months before Stonewall. So it's that moment right before revolution, that kind of ugly, painful moment right before birth, the birth of something new. And the more I learned about the time period, the more the play made sense to me. And I think it's a play that's universal because it's about the cost of oppression and what an oppressive society has done to this group of men by telling them that they are not equal, that they are not valued, that they are of no worth, and how that manifests itself in their relationships to themselves and to others. And I think in 2020, you really don't have to look very far to see that oppression is alive and well in many regards, and people are rightfully and needfully protesting in the street and demanding equality and justice.
So when you did the film, I wanted to ask you, obviously doing a play is really different from doing a film. So I wanted to ask you, what differences did you appreciate the most when portraying Donald doing the film adaptation compared to the play? And if you could tell me maybe if you feel more clarity now as to which process do you enjoy the most now that you've done both?
Well, theater will probably always be my first love. It's how I came to acting. There's something that's almost holy about it to me, because you're having this experience, this pact that you make with that audience when the curtain opens and you have them in that room. And it's an experience you're all sharing together live that will never be the same for those 2 or 3 or 4 hours, hopefully not 4 hours, but whatever. So there's something really amazing about that, where you're having this experience together that can't really be replicated in other mediums. But there's also something in film that allows for things to be pared down and little moments and little behaviors and little subtleties to be captured that can sometimes get lost on stage, particularly when you have 9 guys on stage at one time. So I think the medium of film actually allowed for some of the relationships, I would say for me, particularly the one between Michael and I, to really deepen, and we were able to find new moments between our characters in the new medium, just given a new set, new costumes, and just how intimate that medium is.
So, Mr. Bomer, before letting you go, I wanted to ask you, with the exception of yours, if you had to choose, what other character would you have loved to play in the film?
I think Larry could be really fun. The one Andrew played,
Okay.
kind of a Lothario, that could be really fun.
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else.
There's no wrong answers, don't worry.
Yeah, no,
They're all great.
I think, yeah, I guess I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. So again, Mr. Bomer, I appreciate you taking a little bit of your time to talk to me. Congratulations on your film. You were great. The film is really, really good. And before leaving, I have to say I appreciate that we're both matching colors. My wife is going to appreciate that later.
We got to collaborate on this, okay? Make sure, text me before we do this next time so we can keep this going.
That's cool, yeah. So again, take care. Bye-bye. Stay safe.